Welcome, everyone, to Business Essentials and Conversation. My name is Christian Karasiewicz, and tonight I'm super excited to be joined by my co host, Leticia Campbell. We're going to be talking about, and as crazy as this sounds, it's back to school, but this is teacher edition. And it's going to be pretty fun, actually. So, we're going to be talking about back to school teacher edition. I hope I got that right, Leticia. Back to school teacher edition. Um, I'm excited to be talking about this topic because I think a lot of us like we're looking forward to actually getting back um, in into like maybe a physical classroom or meeting people. For example, if I think about like how much I've actually spent, how much time I've spent with people over the last couple of years, I guess it's not a lot of time, I guess. And so we're going to be talking about back to school teacher edition. So these are going to be items tonight that we want to talk about to help you as a teacher help make your year a lot easier because it's going to be a hard year. We already know that. So we want to make it super easy for you. Before we begin, by the way, I just want to give a quick shout out because as we're talking about education here, I want to give a quick shout out to a friend of mine, Mr. Ross Brand. He launched a book, and I'm bringing this up because books are important. It's important to constantly be challenging yourself and doing some really great things. But I want to give a shout out because guess what? He launched this book, and it's a number one bestseller on Amazon. And I think actually, I think even the Kindle and the paperback version are both bestsellers, which is pretty awesome. So big shout out to our friend Ross Brand for that. So really awesome, amazing achievement. Just a heads up, by the way, that book, it's only 99 cents. I'm actually featured in it, which is pretty fun, actually. So we're not going to talk about the book much tonight, but I want to just mention it. Big shout out to my friend Ross Brand on that because guess what? Like, as a teacher, I know you're busy. You've got a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? You've got a lot of knowledge, that you want to share with the world, and teaching students is awesome. At the same time, you want to make sure you're reaching more people because you know what, you're an excellent teacher, and so we want to make sure that you also are pushing yourself as well. So if you're in the classroom, maybe like a little side project you could do is write your own book, for example, write your own ebook, or write a physical book, for example, and put it up on Amazon and let people see, let them hear about your gifts that you have to share with them. So with that, I'm going to go and bring on Leticia. Hopefully, Leticia, I did a good job segueing into this. But Leticia, fantastic having you back.
You did an amazing job, Christian. And I just want to give a special shout out to, Ross Brand and to all the teachers out there who are coming into the new school year. And just like Christian said, there's going to be a lot of challenges, and we want to help you guys smooth the way for this year. But please know that the kids are so excited, especially mine, to come back to school.
Absolutely, yeah, exactly right, Leticia.
Right.
I'm sure that teachers are like, I think they're excited. I don't know. You probably have a better handle on this, I think, than I do, right?
My kids are super excited. They really, really are. They're excited to start to see their friends again. They're excited to start to go on school trips, do sports activities. I mean, so many different things.
Yeah.
And, it's hard. I want to touch on that a little bit. It's hard, the kids being out of school for a whole year, 2 semesters to be exact. And, this goes for the professors and the professors, teachers, the elementary school teachers, so now you guys are adjusting to wherever the kids are at with their learning curve as well. So that's the first challenge, is to get them back up to date with where they need to be education wise, and I
Mhm.
know you guys are going to be overworked, let's be honest, but we want to just make this process easy for you guys to come back into the classroom with some great products. And I love all of my kids teachers. I mean, I've met with them personally, and I've been with them virtually for over a year now, and I could tell in their eyes that you guys who are teachers, y'all ready to go back to the school. You're ready to back. That's where y'all shine, is in the classroom, not in the virtual space. And it was fun in the beginning, but now it's time to get back to basics. It's time to get back in the classroom. Right.
I love that, Leticia. Talking
Hmm.
about getting teachers back into the classroom,
Right.
super important. And as you mentioned, I mean, like I will say, I hope the teachers took a lot away from being in that virtual environment.
Right.
Maybe it's some you know, don't want to say smart, like maybe smarter ways to work, because the one thing about being a teacher in a virtual environment is that things don't shut off at all.
No, it doesn't.
They actually get worse.
Right. My kids' teachers used to tell me they don't take lunch breaks. They just eat like in the classroom. So there's no off switch. And even after school is over, they're in the school still for hours. You're so right, Christian.
And there's no, and that's another thing, like when you're doing the whole commute thing into, even if you're, even if you're going into like an office or a university, like there is that commute time.
Yeah.
So it's that, it could be 15 minutes, could be 30 minutes, could be an hour, but it's that time to get you that mental break that you need. So,
on the train out here in the city, all the universities, it's horrible parking here in the city, just horrible, guys. Y'all know. So everyone takes the subway, everyone takes the bus. It's like, so that is the time where, I'll be honest, when I used to work in corporate, I used to read a lot of books, Christian, because you're literally on the train for over an hour. And so you can read so much, and there's so much downtime as well. Absolutely.
So I know you mentioned this, Leticia. We had some products we want to share with everyone.
Yes.
So I'm turning everything over to you, actually.
Yes.
You know what, Leticia, we're co-hosts, but I'm going to let you host pretty much the whole thing tonight.
Yes. So I'm so excited because me being a mother of 5 children, 4 out of 5 of my children are going to be going to in-person schooling next year. I would drop the baby off, but they're not going to take her. But so these items that we're going to show you guys are items that I know you guys need. I know you guys are going to be using, and I'm pretty sure you already got a list of supplies from your school district already telling you what you're supposed to purchase. And these, I know that list is mandatory. I know these lists are like, you have to get these items and what have you. So most of the stuff that's on that list is definitely items that we're going to show you guys today. And another thing is we have some awesome tech items as well that y'all just going to have so much fun. I will put the tech over onto Christian, but the first item that I want to show, which is an item that obviously is mandatory, even with the vaccinations and all that stuff, students and teachers are still being required to wear masks. So, but we want to make masks fun.
Absolutely, right?
Yes.
So how are we doing this, by the way? How are we making them fun?
We're going to make them fun, like having some cute quotes on the mask, and especially if you're in elementary. Like my heart goes out to the elementary teachers, because you got to keep those students laughing and happy and smiling and excited to see you. So these masks that we're going to show for you guys are Teachers Loves Masks. Teachers Loves Face Masks. These are unisex masks here. And these masks here have different quotes on it, different sayings on it. And I think they're super fun for you to wear every day in and outside of the classroom. And if you do wear them, I heard this just recently on my local news, if you happen to go into a Starbucks, a Dunkin' Donuts in the morning, and just imagine you're wearing this mask, you may end up getting free coffee or a discount on your meal. So this may be your meal ticket to a really good lunch. I just wanted to add that in there.
By the way, to keep you all energized, I think that's the key thing. And by the way, I did want to make sure I mentioned this. So this whole, like, we basically divided this show into 3 sections.
Yes, we did. Sorry about that.
No, it's all good. No. The first section, they're on the go. So these are items that to help you on the go. So for example, you're out and about, like, granted, this is sort of loosely based on the go, but you're wearing the face mask.
Wearing the face mask. Yeah. Absolutely.
So this is about $13. Let's talk about, just real quick, what are some of the items, like what are some of the funny, like, what are the sayings like that we have? So we've got the teacher books. I love that one.
We have art. I really like the art one for those of you who are working with special needs or students in art. Science, what is this? Physics? Is
math,
this physics,
actually. I think that's math, right?
Oh my God. Do you remember
Einstein,
this?
Maybe? I think that's Einstein.
I think I failed that part.
Geography. Oh, we got a little math there. I like that. That one. English teacher. Okay. Little friends one. Okay, that's pretty good.
This teacher loves her kindergartners.
That's a good one.
Awesome. Life is one undefined zero. That is interesting. That's a conversation starter.
Yeah. That is pretty good, actually. What are some of the others? Let's see. That's pretty awesome, actually.
Wow. I like
these are creative, though. These are pretty good. But I got to say, I still like that. Don't make me use my teacher voice.
Don't make me use my teacher voice, whatever that is.
Well, it's the, like,
Shh, everybody be
I
quiet.
guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure.
I
Um,
always see them say shh a lot.
but what's really great is that this actually has it's got a replaceable filter as well in it. So
Yep.
remember, like if you're gonna be wearing this, I recommend getting a handful, get a few of these actually.
Yes,
And
do that.
the reason I get a few of these is because like at least the way I normally like to do masks is like I'll wear them for like, maybe a week,
Hmm.
depending on how much I interact with people where I go. And then I'll
Hmm.
replace my mask, for
Right, me
example.
too.
And I
Me too.
replace it by throwing it in the wash, for example. Or in this
Hmm.
case, you replace the filter, things like that.
Hmm.
Okay.
And also, it's adjustable around the ears. So I know with the regular medical mask, the people are complaining about irritation. This is
Mhm.
like you can adjust it according to the size of your face or the size of your ears. So it's pretty cool.
Very cool. So okay, so that's item number one for you for this week for the teacher edition of back to school. So if your teacher, get those masks. Okay, what's next, Leticia?
Okay, so the next item, since we are talking about on the go, this is an item that I know you guys are going to absolutely love, especially for those of you teachers who work with students who have a special needs, and you're going from one school to another school to another school. I think this is really cool to have where you could put all your supplies in, your books, your planners, your note cards, everything you need so that you could take from one classroom or one entire school to the next. And I really like this because it does have wheels on it.
Okay.
It's good, especially if you're going to be taking the train or the subway or something like that. You don't have to worry about tugging after this. And then when you are reached your destination, you can unload and then you could just collapse the unit. It doesn't take up a whole lot of room.
I,
So I think this is pretty cool as well, especially for parents to use it. And you can actually sit on it, stand on it. It is like super sturdy for real.
I gotta say, yeah, and this makes a lot of sense. And the other thing that's super important here are the wheels, because
Yes.
you want something that is durable.
Mm-hmm.
So, make sure you get the right thing. And this is a great multi-use product. So it's not just used for school. If you're having to run an online business,
Yep.
anything like that, like great product. You can fold this up, you can collapse it. I'd honestly even put this in my car.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like that way I can literally cart it around.
Right.
You see what I did
Right.
there? Look at that. I think
And
we're gonna use
another
these a
thing I
lot
want to
actually.
add
Yeah.
is that yes, a lot of teachers mostly wear backpacks or the crossbody,
Uh-huh.
but that's going to take a lot of strain on your back. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
better for you to get something that has wheels on it that you keep packing items in. This can take on a lot of items, guys, because it's like heavy duty, right? So in that way, you're not straining yourself by having this huge backpack. Textbooks are heavy. Like you remember in Christian in college and
Oh
in high
gosh, yeah.
school having those textbooks, like you could literally beat somebody up with that book bag. Right? But
By the way, we're
not
not
encourage
condoning
that.
that.
Not condoning that. I'm just saying, using that as an example. But yeah, so having something that's sturdy and doesn't really put so much strain on your body, I think is really, really good.
Yeah, and I gotta say, we're not condoning that at all. But we are recommending that you go and like get something like this. I love the fact though that Leticia, like that you mentioned, people should be like teachers. Like you
Yes.
need to, you already are like stressed, right?
Yeah, you are
Because you've already got
absolutely.
so much like, sorry, I'm actually trying to add a product while we're talking.
And you like
Um,
stressed about the unknown because you don't know what's going to happen next year. I mean, everything could be going fine, and then it could be another shutdown, or you can end up getting a max amount of kids more than you expected, or
yeah,
your classroom, manifest could change where you think
yeah.
you're going to be teaching second grade, and now they're telling you're going to teach fifth grade. So it's like overload of stress, and getting items that's going to help you alleviate the stress a little bit always works best, right, Christian?
Definitely, yeah. And so yeah, so I like the idea, by the way, of Leticia, like about working smarter as well, like with things. So this is like, again, this is something you fold up, you put it in you put it in your vehicle. You can keep these and put it underneath your bed, for example. That's another thing you
Mm-hmm.
don't have to worry about. Like, well, I don't have a lot of storage. Fold it up, it's collapsible, it's flat,
Mm-hmm.
goes underneath your bed, for example, and then you can get it out whenever you need to. Or so you could use it for the school year, and then you could fold it up, for example. You could even take this to the beach if you want to for
I could
those
see
breaks.
people using this for sports events. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And they can have all the items in one place. And that way they don't have to worry about, even though you could put the supplies in your car, how many things, teachers that has been rolling around in your trunk all over the place, So having some sense of organization is always best. Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah. And so, by the way, Leticia, do me a favor. Check our private comments.
Yep, I'm looking at that right now.
Very good. So, okay. So, let's see. So, okay. So if you're a teacher, you're on the go.
Oh, okay.
How do you keep yourself energized?
Yes.
Of course, you could drink a lot of soda, but we know that soda is not exactly good for you.
No, it's not.
So you could drink like seltzer water, things like that. But for those of you, if you're a teacher, I know that a lot of you probably live on caffeine.
Yes, we do.
So
we run on Dunkin'.
What is this next item we've got, Leticia?
Well,
this is like, by the way, you and I love these little things. So
we do. We love these little things. I think we introduced this item in the past on like Tech Night. But this item is, you got to help me pronounce the name again, Christian, because you know I always get this wrong.
The hand presso?
This is a mini presso. That's the one we're showing.
Yes. This is a mini presso, actually. Yes.
Yes, it's a mini presso. It's portable. I think this is really, really cool because if you want something that's quick, convenient, inexpensive, like the item's not inexpensive, but you know, after a while, when you keep purchasing Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts and specialty coffee, it sort of adds up. And you can actually, you know, create this and be able to blend however you want.
Yeah, this is a pretty cool item. I mean, and by the way, we had another one in here. We changed it out because the other one, granted, the other one was an import from Japan, but it was about $200. So it was like 4 times the price.
Right.
But for those of you who like your coffee, you want your coffee fix, you know, here's the thing. Like if you're a teacher, you can go and buy, like you can go on Amazon, for example, and do, you know, auto ship basically of coffee products. For example, if you're like, hey, this is a coffee brand I like, get yourself one of these. You can always just throw this in your bag. And then you don't have to worry about, like, I mean, I don't know how many of you have like had at schools, you've had, you know, the coffee out of the coffee machine. I'm sure they're
cafeteria coffee.
I'm sure it's great, right? Is it good, Leticia?
Cafeteria coffee is horrible. It's just like corporate coffee. It's the same thing. It's also great for tea guys as well, for those of you who like tea. Another thing I want to add is that you may not have a lot of time to step out of the classroom. And I'm saying that because of the era that we're in right now. You probably just can't run across the street or run up the street just to grab a quick cup or something. So it's good just in case days where it's busy, things are hectic, and you're unable to leave, but you still want that caffeine kick. And I love coffee. I'm like a huge coffee drinker, by the way. I'm like, there's times where I try not to have it, but then I will go right back to it because coffee does bring us a lot of joy. It's like coffee. It smells so great, right? But with that said, having something like this to where you have something on demand where you can make it at any time, no matter what. I strongly encourage you guys to get this item. Also, buy one for another teacher as well.
It's a smart idea, by the way. Get one for another teacher. So this is the Wakako. Not sure I'm saying that one right, but it's the mini presso, portable espresso machine, compatible ground coffee, hand coffee maker, travel gadgets. Basically, the bottom line is you can fold this up and you know, you can throw this in your bag, for example, or your cart that you're carrying around. The other thing also, think about this. If you're somebody who is going to be going, let's say you like to go camping or things like that, or you want to go on like a field trip, even same exact thing.
Right.
You take one of these with you and you can still have good quality coffee. You have the coffee that you buy at that point and can run it through this. So
yeah. Because, you know, that cafeteria coffee is all off-brand coffee that they put in there. Anything that comes in a gold package is the off-brand coffee.
So you're getting bonus tips, by the way, tonight, courtesy of Leticia.
Yes, I've seen it all because I used to make it in the office as well. But people liked how I blended it because I would make it extra strong, but it was still crap.
So what's next, Leticia?
Okay,
we got to get the coffee. How do we keep them energized on the go?
Energized on the go is with that espresso coffee maker. And also for those of you who are on the go, this particular item that we're about to show, I have purchased myself and I have used myself, and I love this item a lot. All right, it's a Contigo stainless steel auto seal West Loop vacuum insulated travel mug. I absolutely love this item a lot because it's spill proof.
And you can see Leticia bought this, by the way, back in 2017.
Oh my God, it shows it.
Sorry, Leticia.
I told you guys, I don't just say I bought somebody to buy it. So I bought this one years ago. I actually bought it in the purple color.
Yeah.
The reason why I like this so much is because if you have hot tea, hot coffee, even cold items, it will keep it warm the whole day. So if you're working for 6 to 8 hours, and I kid you not, if after lunchtime, if you go back and drink your coffee, it's still hot. I kid you not. Everyone in my office had this. Everybody. And it comes in so many different colors. All these colors it comes. I actually had this color here.
By the way, I seriously thought it was just that row of colors in the first row.
Oh, seriously? No. It comes in a lot of colors.
And there's different ones.
Some are not available, but yeah.
There's different sizes. For example, you can add a handle to this if you're the one that likes the handle.
Yes.
There's the double wall insulation. So if you're somebody, for example, who, let's say you live in an area where it's very hot.
Yeah. Yes.
And I think right now that's just about every area. But let's say you live in an area that's very hot.
Right.
You could add the double wall insulation. So for example, if you want to put a cold beverage in here, you could have a cold beverage, for example, while you're over there teaching during class.
Right.
And I mean, cold beverage as in like a water or soda or something like that, by the way. So you could do that. If you're, even, and let's say you had to put this back in your office or things like that before, you started teaching, this would be something also where when you go to pick it up, it's still going to be cold or it's still going to be hot.
It's still going to be hot.
So think about that. So that is the Contigo stainless steel auto seal West Loop vacuum insulated travel mug. By the way, try saying that one 5 times.
5 times, right?
I mean, my gosh. And how much is this, Leticia?
This is a must-have. It's $16.79, so it was actually on a really good deal. I have seen people buy the double pack. So if you notice, guys, there's 2 colors. I've seen people buy a double pack for the purpose they will have like iced tea in one, and they will have coffee or hot tea in another. So you can get one as a gift, but I swear by this product. As you guys can see, I purchased it in the past, so I swear by it.
Very cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Leticia. So, okay. And by the way, I'm putting all these in the carousel. So if you want to check them out, everything's in the carousel. I'm doing my best to highlight them as we're going here. Because we have quite a few things in the carousel. We want to make sure that, we're bringing you the best items.
That's
okay,
right.
Leticia, what's next?
Storage on the go. I can't express enough on how important that is. For like I mentioned earlier when we talked about the hand presso machine, you're not going to always have time to leave the classroom or leave the office, right? So bringing your lunch with you is probably going to be a routine, for the rest of the year. So having it. Obviously, most people go to the Ziploc bags, but you guys know those are not always dependable or sturdy, and you can't use them over and over again. And so you're buying Ziploc bags over and over and over again when you can get something that is reusable, right? Good for the environment because you're not, plugging up the waste and stuff. Yep. So I really like these items a lot. I saw this first in a store that I'm not going to mention the name of that store, but this is the first time I was introduced to reusable food storage bags.
Well, I think that store was Amazon, wasn't it?
No, it was a different name.
I think it was Amazon though, right? Yeah, I mean, So this is the item Leticia's talking about. These 12 reusable food storage bags, stand-up reusable freezer bags, snack bags, lunch sandwich bags for kids.
And even like little mini snacks. They have like cute little jar
that's pretty cool, actually.
Here that I think is adorable. So you guys can get something like this for your kids so they can have something to snack on. Them being home for 2 semesters, obviously they were, snacks were always readily available to them. Now that they're going back to in-person, it's a little bit different. So now you got to have their snacks on them because just like teachers, you guys are going to be on the go. It's going to be the same thing for your students as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I got to say, I like those little tiny, I like this partially for portion control.
Yes. Oh, yes. You're right, Christian.
Because here's the thing, like if you happen to grab one of those from the middle row or even from the bottom row, like maybe you really need the jar size and instead you're giving them, the bigger bag because that's all you have.
Yeah.
So, keep that in mind. Like, for example, that one right there, the little mini donuts.
Yes. So, where do you get those from? Mini donuts.
I know. It's like, those look pretty good. Yeah.
They look very tasty.
And you can hand wash them, natural air dry. I love that. Yeah.
Easy to clean. And again, you're only going to buy this one time. And when you imagine all the money that you're going to be saving from getting something like this, it's going to be a no-brainer.
So what's the cost of these, Leticia?
Oh, yes. The cost of these, and I had it pulled up. Let me pull it up again for you guys. It's $14.99, guys. And you get a pack of 12.
$14.99. Look at that.
So get it packed for
Awesome
yourself and
deal.
get it packed for another teacher as well.
That's a fantastic deal. And I got to say, I mean, just the fact that they're $14.99, most of the time you're going to spend, maybe you're going to spend $20 on like various like plastic bags.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, like maybe like Ziplocs, things like that. Like you're gonna spend that much money on that, and then but yet you could turn around and you buy these and you can just reuse them over and over and over. And as Leticia mentioned, like you're helping the environment.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing a great job with that. At the same time, you don't have to worry about, well, oh, that bag got a hole in it, for example, because they're more durable, much more durable than a standard plastic bag.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah, it's a great item.
Love that item.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Leticia. Do we have anything else in the on the go? Yeah, we got a couple more items in the on the go section, right?
Yes. Well, the last item we're going to show.
Actually, I think we got 2 more items.
I think we do. I think we do have 2 more items. But this
Yes.
next item that we're going to show for you guys is obviously everything is about comfort, right? So you're going to be going from one classroom to the next. You're going to be, discharging the children every day at the end of school day. So having some shoes that's going to be comfortable for you to do a lot of running around, I think is very, very much a necessity. So the apparel that we're going to show for you guys is called the Hash Bubby women's casual sneakers slip-on mesh tennis shoes, and they say this is a great item for nurses, flats, and shoes. And you guys know any shoe item that's great for nurses is good for teachers as well, because they are also on their feet.
Leticia, I feel like we need to put that in that needs to be like a quote, like any shoe that's good for teachers or nurses is good for teachers. Or
yes.
Love that. It's okay. So these are the shoes Leticia's talking about. They're $19 to $21 a pair. Okay, great. Very cool. Okay, so I don't know anything about these. They come in multiple colors. They're breathable.
They're bendable. Like yes. If you're going up a flight of steps, you're not getting no late foot cramps or anything like that. And I like the fact that they're breathable as well. I really like that a lot. Yeah.
Can I wash these at all? I am not sure, actually.
I believe you can. I would not dry them, but you could definitely probably put them in the washing machine, but just probably air dry them. They do go up to a size 10, nice. Which most are, but I love the insides or how cushion it is, Yeah. You get a lot of cushion. If you're on your feet a lot, if you're running around a lot, I think it's a great item to get.
I gotta say, and I like the fact that they are breathable, because that's one of the biggest challenges. A lot of people, a lot of teachers, they'll buy a pair of shoes. Keep that one up real quick, and they'll buy a pair of shoes, and those shoes are like, if it's like sneakers, for example, and they're tied up all day and you got socks on and you're outside and you're walking around in them, they don't ever really get the proper time, unless you got like multiple pairs. Right. They don't get the proper time to really air out.
Right.
And so true. I love the fact that these are breathable. That also means that they're, they're going to have, you're not going to sweat as much during the day. Your feet are going to get the aeration that it needs. So that's going to help you, I think, as well. Like, so you don't get done it'd be fine like at first, but then the more you're on your feet throughout the year, the more it's going to, you could end up with athlete's foot, all that other stuff.
That's right.
Those are the Hash Bubby women's casual sneakers.
Yes,
love those.
They are.
Cool.
Yes. And this next item is obviously a must have. I mean, especially for the classroom. And even if your school is going to already provide this item for you, you want to have extra for yourself, that way you can constantly make sure that you're keeping yourself safe and also your students as well. So the item that we're going to be showing today is the Lysol disinfectant wipes. This is actually a kit. Okay.
Nice.
With the spray, with the wipes. Okay. And these little tubes, I believe, are I think it's the absorbents. I think they are. I've never used those little ones before, but I'm pretty excited to see what they do. But this is an item that you definitely going to need. You can't get away. You can't, work your way around it. You definitely got to get yourself some Lysol, especially if you're going in your car. I know when I used to work in corporate, I used to have Lysol wipes in my car anyway, because what I would do is I would just, sanitize my steering wheel. And my, the radio toggles and stuff, just to get those all clean, because you never know what you're going to touch that's going to get you sick.
Yeah. No, love the idea of keeping this around.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: it's multiple items. So, for example, you need I think that little small tube is a small container of the Lysol wipes.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
that's good. What it is.
Yeah.
But again, this is where and I think the key thing to take home here, and by the way, what's the cost of these, Leticia? $26.
Not bad.
Find on Amazon.
Yeah, because if you
$26.
were to go to a supermarket, guys, those wipes alone is going to cost you from $6 to $8. Like they're getting
Yeah.
ridiculously high. I was at the Walgreens and a bottle of Lysol was $8, and I'm like, oh my god, like y'all are really, what is it called, Christian, price gouging?
I guess you could say it, but I think the key takeaway I think here is that when you're buying Lysol wipes, for example, just think about this. Are you going to have to buy those again throughout the year?
Yes,
It's
you
not
are.
like it's going to go bad in a year.
Mm-hmm.
So buy the kit ahead of time.
Yes.
That gives you multiple items. It saves. So when you buy the kit, it actually saves you money.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, well, I'm spending more, but you're actually saving more because you're not going to then end up having to buy a container here and a container there. That's going to add up. To your point, like if that was even $6 a container for $26, I think I get like 4 or 5 of them. So like I'm getting quite a bit of value for that. So and definitely go and
go with that, guys, and get that auto ship if it's available.
Yep,
you save even more.
And do a calculation like, you know what? Hey, if it says that I should use this every like 3 months, put yourself on auto ship because as we mentioned earlier, it's all about being efficient as a teacher as well. So back to school, as crazy as it gets, you don't have to worry about needing, ordering things and getting it shipped.
That's
okay, Leticia, what's the
last
item about in the on the go section?
Okay, so this last item I found, and I thought it was so funny. This is so funny. You know, adding a little bit of amusement, right? Get people laughing in the classroom and amongst you teachers. So we have this coffee mug. You guys know I'm a huge coffee mug collector. This coffee mug is pretty cool. It says, "I survived another meeting that should have been an email."
Gotta show
How many of us have felt that way? This should have just been an email, not a 1 hour to 2 hour meeting.
Yes, little tongue in cheek, like
I like little
this.
Conversation starter.
I think there's some other mugs there too, right, Leticia? Are
there there's a few other designs.
Let's see if they're all teacher related.
Yes.
Another one. Let's see.
Pull this over here. Sorry, my screen went out. I think these all say the same
a different
thing.
Font, actually.
Yeah, I think these are all the same fonts.
I think that's different.
Yeah, they look all the same. To me, they do. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I like the first one, I think. So I think the first one looks the best.
Yeah, I think it has a little bit of overshadowing on it. But I think this, like I said, it's a really good conversation piece. I wouldn't wear this to a meeting. I wouldn't bring this into to a meeting, but I would have it on my desk.
Little subtle message for people in that meeting.
I feel like that's really bold. That's like, ooh. But it all depends. Like I know some people that got some really great bosses, but if you have one of those bosses that are a little bit like, don't push the envelope.
Okay, so a couple of points real quick. So we've got more. So that mug is about $21. Again, you got to being a teacher, you got to at least have some fun here and there. Right. So like, the face mask we talked about like, getting something that's related to like your field of study. For example, if you're a math teacher, get the Einstein one, for example. If you're, if you're in geography, get the map one, for example. If you're doing world history, get like one of the ones that's like the Declaration of Independence or something on it. So,
that's right.
Okay. So what we're going to do now, so we mentioned we have 3 acts real quick, and act 1 is on the go. Act 2, what you're going to get to now is, let's see. Act 2 is Act 2 is what, Leticia?
Well, Act 2 is all about getting organized, right?
Organization, yes.
Organization. Yes, Christian and I mentioned earlier on that this school year, we know it's going to be hectic. Most of y'all are going to start getting back in the classroom after August 6th, I think it was, right? Oof. I think California is starting on August 4th. So it's time to get organized. Time to get organized and get things flowing. But we want to do like organization with a kick.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. So this particular item, for those of you who are new to watching the show, we showed this item like many times on the show, practically every week.
I was going to say practically every show.
Practically every show. And I'm in love with this item. I'm going to actually get one for all my children as well. And
why is that though? Because it's just a notebook, right?
Yeah, but this is a notebook times 100. Everything is becoming more and more digital, right? Everything is coming more and more, online. So when it comes to the Rocketbook, this is actually like a Rocketbook calendar to-do list and note template pages. It has that in there, but they
Yeah.
do have Rocketbooks as just a regular notebook. I think this is great because you can have yourself or the students take notes and give you their homework remotely. Maybe you want to give your students some extra credit. Like, hey guys, I know your thesis is due on Friday, but if you give it to me on Wednesday, I'll give you about 5 extra points. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
making it fun to say, hey, listen, if you send me this information, or you may want to send your students some notes and some information to their email. Because I know from my school district is asking for all of our email addresses now because they are going to start sending us stuff throughout the year. So with that said, this is a great item. I love the Rocketbook, especially I love the story behind the brand as well.
Yeah.
So I encourage you guys to definitely grab this, and it saves the environment.
And the reason it saves the environment because this notebook can be erased.
Mm,
And it's also a smart notebook. So, for
yes.
example, you can draw on it with essentially what is a very much like a regular pen. It writes just like one.
Mm-hmm.
However, you can easily just get a dry erase cloth and you can just wipe it off. There are different models as well of this. There are a few that, for example, all you do is you microwave a cup of water with it, and it will erase the book on certain models, not this one.
Mm-hmm.
So that's this model. The other thing also that we really like about this model, and just kind of sticking to like what Leticia's got there, basically this app, this notebook comes with an app. And basically the way it works is you write everything in the notebook, and then in the notebook, there's a QR code. Hopefully now, by the way, now you know how to scan with QR code. So it comes with the QR code. You check a box at the bottom, and let's just use this example. You could say, hey, you know what? I want to write up some notes to email myself.
Right.
You write it in the notebook, you check the box, you open the mobile app, you scan it with your smartphone, your tablet, and it then digitizes it and it makes it searchable as well. However,
Right.
what's really cool is that you could check other boxes and you could have them do different things. So
Mm-hmm.
you could say, like, for example, if your classroom has an email address that you use, you could
Mm-hmm.
have one that says, when I check box A, send it to myself, and box B, send it to
Mm-hmm.
my students. And then that
Wow.
way you're actually doing them both at once. There's no need to now create 2 separate emails.
Right.
It can do all of that right from the app, and it's searchable, and the quality is just amazing. And as we mentioned, you can erase it, and on top of that, you can reuse it. So,
Mm-hmm.
Leticia, how much is this notebook, by the way?
Yes. So this notebook here is only
37.
$37.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it comes in so many different colors. Now, look, think of it this way, teachers. Like, you are going to buy notebooks anywhere. You're going to buy notebooks anyway. You need them. Take notes
Yeah.
in and to jot down things, to track things. And just imagine you're getting something like this. And if you have to send me something, like if I need you to send me something that I need to see from my child, it could be you writing a permission slip for him or what have you, or me sending one back to you. Why not do it this way so it's instant? It was like we can't fax stuff anymore. Like
Right.
yeah, schools do
Mhm.
have fax
Yeah.
machines, but parents, we don't at all. Yeah.
Mhm.
Hmm.
So that's the Rocketbook, and as Leticia mentioned, we talk about this product all of
all,
the time,
all the
and
time.
that's because it's an amazing product.
It is. It
So
really is.
I've
Yeah.
been using them since they first launched. I love it. I like the fact that like I write it down. And the thing is, when you write things down, it also helps you commit it to memory.
That's
So
right.
you write it down, commit it to memory. Then you actually can digitize it by storing it. It's searchable, and then you can just wipe it clean. And look at that, you're saving the environment. And guess what? It's $37. It's about the price of a regular notebook.
That's right. It is.
So
It
it's got
absolutely is.
much better quality.
I really feel like every school district should definitely utilize this item for sure.
I'm surprised they actually haven't.
Yeah, me too. I found out through this item from you. I've never known about this item before that, but I'm definitely going to be recommending it to my kids' school district. Absolutely. This is going to save them so much money on their budget as well.
Absolutely, actually.
Hmm.
Absolutely. So, okay, Leticia, where do we go from here, by the way? And I did, just a heads up, I did shorten some of our items,
Hmm.
just in the interest of time.
That's
So,
fine. Hmm.
where are we going next? I'm letting you're driving. So,
Yeah, so the next item, which I know every teacher should have in their classroom, is a jumbo wall calendar. I particularly love this item like this because I have one in my home actually. And this is going to allow you to basically put 3 months worth of information, whether it be school trips, uh, assignment deadlines. Maybe you're going to go on vacation and you want to let your students know so they're aware of it. I mean, so many different things that you can add. You know, you can add, like, obviously schools have different things on different days. So if it's
Yeah.
day A, they're going to have a list of stuff. If it's day B, they're going to have a list of stuff for the students to do.
Mhm.
So you can, there's so many different ways and reasons that you can use a jumbo dry erase wall calendar for.
Love this. Okay, so I'm going to bring this up, and I just want to add just a couple of quick points about this. So for starters, dry erase, which basically means that you're gonna be able to put this up somewhere and you're gonna be able to keep track of things. I recommend, I mean, you know what? Why am I saying this? Teachers know this already, I think.
Yes.
You know, if you've got a lot of stuff going on, for example, for different classes, if you got a free wall in your house, put this, basically just decorate your whole wall with this.
That's
It's your
right.
office. And then that way you can keep track of what's, if you've got certain grades that you're covering or certain classes,
Hmm.
put them into like different colors, for example, so that it's easy for you to, identify this. And the great thing is it's reusable. So, so if you need to move stuff around, or for example, you need to, want to reuse it for the following year, it's perfect for that.
That's right.
So
And I know most of you guys are definitely going to get planners, and we do have some planners in the carousel. But if you're on the phone with a parent or with a service provider and they need an answer right away on a date to confirm, you looking up and seeing it right there in front of your face, easy, rather than you sifting through pages. Hmm.
absolutely. Yeah. And just a quick note about the cost. So this is $55. And
Hmm.
that's typical
Yeah, it
for
is.
a wall erase calendar. Remember, this is like 3 months, right, Leticia? So
Right, and it comes. I believe it comes with thumbtacks, and it comes with the dry erase markers. There's some also. I think it's magnetic stickers. I think, or
yeah.
yeah, it comes with other things too. On top of what the actual dry erase board is. Yeah.
And here's the thing: the other thing I really like about this is the fact that if you're a teacher, it's not about like writing everything down. Yes,
Right.
that helps, but you need to be able to visualize it. So you need to have that bird's eye view that you can look at and say,
Hmm.
hey, you know what? Oh, I have this, this, and this going on today, or what your week is like. Because sometimes you do need to mentally prepare yourself for your week ahead.
That's right.
So a lot of stuff to, really good product to think about. Like, and here's the thing, that also is a product, if you're like a small business, a great product to have for small business. For
Hmm.
example, if you're like a content creator, it's great for that. If you're putting on events, great for that. That way you don't like say, oh, well, hey, I have 3 months until this is done. Oh, wait, I forgot about it because it wasn't, right there in front of you.
Hmm.
So love that item. Okay. Leticia, I think how many more items? We have two
Two
more.
more items for organization. This
Okay. So
next
let's,
item. Go
yeah,
ahead.
I'm
This
turning it over to you.
Yeah, so this next item, obviously, staying organized is very important. So with teachers, you guys know you're going to have these huge bags and all this, this carts that you're wheeling from one classroom to the next. So you want to have things sectionized, right? So this next item we're going to show you guys, they call it the teacher survival kit, right? So it is a pencil pouch, but you could put more than just pencils, guys, in a pencil pouch. You could put your perfume in there, your makeup in there. I have, me personally, what I put in my pouches is like pins that I like to use. Like there's certain pins, like even on my desk I have that I use these pins. Nobody's allowed to use these pins in the house. And it's probably the same thing for you as a teacher. You may have specialty writing materials that you like to put in there just to make sure that nobody uses them. So there's several different ways you can definitely use this item. And on top of that, I like how sturdy it is. It's waterproof, right? Cotton linen. The zipper is not going to snag. That's one thing with pouches, is that sometimes with the zippers, as we're going in and out, it snags or it breaks. So this is definitely something that's going to last you a long time.
Very cool. Yeah. And so, no, I think this is like a really good product. And I'm going to bring this up because, we also, we talked about having fun as a teacher
Mm-hmm.
and, kind of letting your style show through. And like, I think this is pretty cool, actually. Nice little survival kit. It's like an embroidered type product. It's
Mm-hmm.
also waterproof though. It's got an anti-sliding structure on that zipper. So that way you can put, personal stuff, whatever in there. And as you can see, like it's not going to leak, so it's a high quality product, waterproof linen, by the
Mm-hmm.
way. And from a pricing standpoint, let me actually see how much this one is. This is just $16, by the way. It is
That's it.
11% off right now on
Mm-hmm.
Amazon. So $16.99.
That's right. It's pretty
So
cool. You can get
yeah,
one for yourself and another teacher.
You could, yeah. So 16.99, so if you're somebody who is and by the way, this is not just for like again, multi-purpose. This is potentially for teachers, but then you could also have one for your cosmetics as
Exactly.
well. So,
Hmm.
great thing for keeping that, in there. You could also put like as Leticia mentioned, pens, and
Yes.
pencils, things like that. You know, you could use it as
Car
like
keys. Yeah. Bunch
yeah,
of different things. Key
exactly.
fobs.
Lots of ways to help you stay organized as a teacher. So I think we got one last item in this section, right, Leticia?
Yes, we just have one final item for the organization tech section, and then we're gonna do tech time.
Yes, we're going to talk tech, actually.
I wish we had like a little theme song, right? So,
We'll work on that.
yes, we definitely will, right? So, this particular item here, obviously, you guys know we're in the digital era right now, and so I know many of you guys who are teachers, you're going to have some form of messenger bag or a laptop bag or something like that. So I know this is a particular brand that Christian swears by, the Procast brand.
Procase,
So it's a,
yes.
yeah, Procast. I'm sorry, he's saying
No,
Procast.
well, good. I'm just trying to
Yes,
find the carousel, by the way. So,
yes. So it's a briefcase messenger bag with shoulder straps and handles for MacBooks Pro 16-inch, 14, 15-inch. So this is a really, really good item for you guys to have. And I have to personally say that I know for you guys, electronical devices, electronics, for your laptops, your iPads, and things like that, you don't want to put it in your purse. I see that a lot. I don't know why, particularly with women. Obviously, men don't walk around with purses, but I do see a lot of women walk around with purses with their laptops, and that's like a huge no-no because just in case something gets snagged in the keyboards, or I mean anything can happen. You putting something, a laptop, something expensive item like that in the purse. So I do encourage you guys to get something that to where you can put your electronics that is separate from your handbags and stuff. Yeah.
and that's another thing. Like a lot of times, what people will do is they will buy. And by the way, this is a let me go ahead and pull this up in the carousel for you all if you're interested in
Hmm.
checking this out. Leticia mentioned this. I love the Procase brand. I love the Procase brand partly because of the quality. It's a high quality product. It's not expensive, and they have a great warranty on it as well. So,
Mm.
and it's a smart way to work. So, for
Yes.
example, you can get this for your laptop. I use the Pro cases for. I have them for like cable management. So they sell like Procase cable
Oh yeah,
organizers.
we gotta
So
show
I
that
throw all my
next month.
cables in there, whether it's my phone charger or extra battery or some headphones or anything of that, how you got that other, teacher waterproof linen bag.
Mm-hmm.
I get a Pro case. So,
Mm-hmm.
and this is $25.99. This is a great little product. $25.99 on Amazon for the
Awesome.
Pro case messenger bag. So again, I can't recommend these things enough. The warranty on them is amazing. You want something that's durable because you got to think how many times, like if you're using that literally every single day,
Yeah.
multiple times a day, you want durability.
That's right. And
And
that
that's what
way
you're going to
you're
get with the Pro case.
protecting each and every item and you don't have to. I like how inside of it has that soft mesh in there. I
Yeah.
think
So it
that's
doesn't
very
scratch.
cool. Yeah,
Mhm.
it doesn't like you mentioned. So if you're putting a laptop in your purse or what have you,
Yeah.
you got your keys in there. You got your all these other sharp objects, these sharp items in there. It's
Yeah.
just not safe. Yeah.
And again, I mean, if you're going to be like carting this thing around, you want to get something that also can protect it a bit. So,
Hmm.
because again, if your laptop is essentially your lifeline, you want to make sure that you're taking care of it. So,
That's right. You want to
very
take
cool.
care of it. So
Okay.
now it is tech time.
Let's talk about essential tech for teachers.
Yes.
Back
Yeah.
to school essential tech teacher edition.
Yes.
Okay, Leticia, where do we start on this? Because there's so many ways that we could go with this. I know we got to.
Absolutely. I want to start with this item, Christian. This is something that you recommended and suggested. And I'm quite interested to learn more about it. Yeah.
So, what do we have here, Leticia?
We have the blue light blocking glasses.
Okay.
Yeah. Anti-fatigue computer monitor gaming glasses prevent headaches gamer glasses. I've seen recently though, Christian, on Gentleman's
Yeah.
Live,
Mhm.
I think he had these on because for some reason I wear glasses, as you guys can tell, but when he wore them, they looked a little bit different, so yeah.
Yeah. So, these are pretty cool. I mean,
Hmm.
here's the thing. And I'm going to go and bring these up real quick.
Yes.
So, these are blue light glasses, and basically what they do is they filter out they filter the light out that comes from being in front of a computer screen.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing: they don't have prescription. Like, you can get a prescription in them. You don't have to have a prescription to wear them.
Oh.
That's another thing. So if you're somebody who spends a lot of time in front of screens, great product to have. As I mentioned, you can just get them where they have the blue light lenses, and you can kind of see that in that top picture there. If you go back one, one more actually. Keep going. Yeah, that one right there. So the top picture, if you go back actually one more. Yeah, that one right there. So you'll see there's a slight blue like tint
Yes.
on the person in the top photo. And the thing is, that's the reflection basically. But the thing is, it's reflecting all that so that, as you're in front of a screen the whole time, you're going to get tired. Your eyes are going to get tired.
Right.
Grading papers, reading emails, being potentially on online meetings, all that sort of stuff.
Right.
So get yourself a pair of blue light blocking glasses. Again, I love them. I have people that swear by them, that they just work just amazingly. By the way, the $25, there's extra 5%.
The price isn't bad.
5%, so that puts them at about $21, $22. I'd recommend getting a couple pairs. And then I think, Leticia, there's like a black and a blue model. There's I think there might be a tortoise shell color there, maybe.
Yeah.
So there's black, there's tortoise shell, for example, if that's your thing. And so again, $25 with 5% off. Great deal for blue light glasses. Again, something worth checking out. And you don't need a prescription. So you don't have to go to the doctor to get them. You basically just you can take your current prescription and get them put in there. Or you could, if you don't wear glasses, you can even just get yourself a pair of glasses to help reduce eye fatigue. Okay. So we love tech. What's next, Leticia?
Yeah. So the next item we're going to show is going to help you guys get on time, be on time for all of your meetings. And the first period of the day, while the kids are walking in the room, you're looking down and you're making sure that they make it inside the school on time, or else they're going to get a tardy, right? So this item that we're going to show you guys is the new Apple Watch Series 6. And kick it off, Christian.
So for those of you who want to be able to, and by the way, the Apple Watch, it's not just for telling the time. It does tell the time, that's great. But it also can be linked to your smartphone, for example. It also doesn't have to be linked to your smartphone. So you could actually leave your smartphone if you need to, but you could have the watch on and it can actually, you can take calls with it if you need to. It also has, it ties into apps, many apps that you already have. So, it's great for bringing the information to you. So for example, you could have certain things that show up, certain things that not show up. You can get access to weather. If you need the weather report, you need traffic. For example, if you've got even certain things for your school, I'm sure they have an app. It can show up on that watch if there's an Apple Watch app.
Yeah.
And then the other thing it also has, is, again, we're talking about helping you as a teacher, on the go, always busy. It can track your number of steps you take. There's challenges that they've introduced. So you can, there's certain rings that you need complete, but there's certain challenges they introduced with the watch as well.
Right.
So things to keep you motivated. I don't say motivated. Things to help you make sure you're exercising, for example, and getting the proper, exercise that you need. So this is the Apple Watch Series 6, and there's multiple ones here. This is the 40 millimeter one in blue. However, it comes in black. It comes in just all sorts of colors here. There's I think there's a red model.
I like this pink one. It's really cute. And also it has a timer on there too. So if you're testing your students and you don't want to have to always keep looking down at your phone, or your phone may be in your handbag, right? Having a timer on there as well to make sure that they are, they're not going over their time too. Yeah.
And do me a favor, Leticia. Let's show everybody a little trick here. So if you're on Amazon, by the way, so it's $350. It is $50 off the normal price.
Oh, great.
So there's the GPS model, the GPS plus cellular, which would require an additional cellular add-on, but it is, if you want to be somebody who actually doesn't have to carry their phone, that's what that would ideally be for.
Oh.
And then the other thing also, if you have AirPods or things like that, you can pair the AirPods directly with the watch. And so let's say you want to go to the gym. You could wear the watch and the AirPods and not have to have your phone, because you can actually store music on this thing as well. And scroll down, Leticia. Let's see if there's any open box ones. So it's $350. It's already $50 off. Let's see. So there aren't any. So there's only brand new ones. But again,
they're
great
gonna get the
product.
open box ones fast. Yeah, if y'all ever see that on here, get it right away.
Yeah, it's basically an Amazon warehouse deal. Sometimes.
Yeah.
But that's the Apple Watch Series 6. I'd recommend that as a teacher. Get yourself a smartwatch, and you don't have to have the most expensive model.
Right.
They also make the Apple Watch SE, which is usually an older model, but the Series 6, great value. It's already $50 off. Apple doesn't usually discount their products very much.
No, they don't.
Awesome.
Not ever. I've never seen it. Yeah.
So, Leticia, where are we going next in the world of tech?
Well, definitely, I know that a lot of things that you guys are going to do, even though we're going back to in person, a lot of things you guys are going to be doing is remotely. You're going to be like grading assignments, on the go. You're going to be taking your work home instead of coming home with a whole stack of papers. Why not get something that's going to allow you to just have one device and be able to use it amongst all the things you have to do throughout the day?
Absolutely.
So this particular next item that we're showing, I love a lot. Okay, it's the Lenovo, right? Christian?
Lenovo, yeah, it's a Lenovo, yeah.
Flex.
Lenovo.
Yes, this is actually a laptop. Okay, it has a touch display screen on it. So if you're grading things, you could just literally correct them right there. It has touch display, AMD, processor, right?
It's got an AMD processor, yeah. And so let's show you all what that looks like. So, if you're as a teacher, you don't want to have, for example, if you have to carry a laptop and a tablet, okay. But here's the thing. So if you're a teacher and you're, like, let's say you're at home, for example, you need to take your laptop home with you. Maybe you want to sit at the couch. You don't want to always be like sitting at you've been sitting in a chair all day, for example, grading papers, and you want an easier way to go through assignments. The great thing about this product is it's a 2-in-1 product, meaning it's a laptop with a real physical keyboard, but you can flip the screen back and you can make it a 2-in-1. And granted, a lot of people might say, well, hey, I've already got, I already have one of these or something like that. But what I want to really highlight about this particular model is this one has what is called a Ryzen 5 processor, and they make a Ryzen 5 and a Ryzen 7. So here's the thing. Most of the time when you buy one of these 2-in-1 laptops, they are not powerful. However, this one has a Ryzen processor in it, and a Ryzen processor is typically in a lot of gaming computers.
Ooh.
So you're getting a high quality, you're getting a very good laptop. However, you're getting one that also can convert into a touchscreen. And by the way, it's also got a privacy shutter, so you can always close that if you're a teacher and you don't want, you don't want the chance somebody looks, opens your laptop, your webcam, for example. It does become a tablet. So this way, it's very lightweight. It's powerful enough, and you can take it wherever you want. And you have a touch screen where you can easily just touch on certain things, or you can use the laptop in certain situations when you need to type stuff out.
Wow, that's amazing.
So awesome little product. Again, this is actually pretty cheap. It's about $600, and that's a really good. It's a really good processor that's in this. It also has 16 gigs of RAM, which means you can open more programs at once. If you're on the web most of the time, it's not a big deal. But it does also mean, like, if you're doing some multimedia projects, things like that, you'll want to check this out. But I like this because of the fact that it's essentially a number of components that are from a gaming laptop.
Right.
So, awesome little product.
And gaming laptops are always, better to use, especially if you're going to do videos, if you're going to show the children videos or show them different slides and things like that. It's able to just keep up with everything. Yes.
And it's also, by the way, it's also, speaking of kids and touch and things, like you end up, it's got like a coating on it as well. So that way it's not going to get all these fingerprints on it.
Oh, that's good.
You still want to wipe it down, but it's going to have that coating.
Pick their nose and touch it. Yeah. Wipe it off. Yeah.
So we have two more items, right? The tech section. Yeah. So one thing I want to show real quick, and here's the thing. As a teacher, a lot of times you get a small laptop, for example. We know everyone's on a budget. You get a small laptop And the problem with having a small laptop is it makes it really hard to see what you're doing. So you're trying to grade papers, you're checking maybe your online Blackboard system, things like that. And so I would strongly encourage you to get a portable monitor. And so this next item is it's a portable monitor. It's $180. But what's great about this is it actually will let you extend your desktop. So if you're a teacher and you have a 13-inch computer, you could get a 15-inch screen, for example, that gives you more real estate to work with. And so this is the product. This is, so I'm going to bring this up real quick. This is a 15.6-inch 1080p portable laptop monitor. It connects via USB-C, HDMI. So literally just plug it in. It also has a smart cover. It's got speakers, plug and play. Fantastic little monitor, actually, for giving you more screen real estate. So, for example, if you need to work in spreadsheets, you could have the spreadsheet open on this thing. You could have, something else open on the actual laptop screen. So this is a fantastic monitor at $180. And by the way, Leticia, let's do this. Let's actually bring up the pricing page and the product details.
Sure.
And the reason I want to do this is because I want to scroll down and let's look at this. So, okay. So for starters, it's $180, but there's a coupon. So how do I check that coupon, Leticia? How do I mark that coupon?
You're going to click on the box.
Just check the box.
And then you add it to your cart.
Awesome. And then let's do this. Let's scroll down. Let's see if there's any open box ones of this. Okay. So there's, let's see. Nope, not really any open boxes.
No, none. Oh, man.
There were, but apparently they're not. I guess when I added this yesterday, there were some nice open boxes, but $180, $30 off.
It's still a good price though, Christian. I have to say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what this does, I would expect it to be way more than that price, even without the discount. Yeah. Exactly.
And the great thing is this, it doesn't just have to hook up to a laptop. You can hook it up to a phone. So if you want to say you want to play, let's say you, as a teacher, you want some downtime, you want to play some games, you could hook it up to your phone, for example, or you could use it to watch movies. You could watch videos, for example, for class. No sense in straining your eyes, trying to grade papers, things like that. It gives you extra real estate, instead of having to it's talking about helping you work more efficiently as well. So definitely recommend getting
one of these. Would this be a good item if you have multiple tabs on if you're looking at one website but you want to look at the other one, you want to side by side? Would that be a good?
Oh, it's perfect for that.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You can do that. Let's say you need to I'll throw another item out. Let's say you want to read a paper and you want to actually run a checker on it. For example, one of those checking websites.
Right.
You could easily have it open while you're reading through it, for example.
Wow.
So then that way you don't have to flip back and forth between things. On one screen, you have one task. Maybe it's your email, for example. And on the other one, you have the task you're focusing on, for example, or it could be the messaging app that you need to have to talk to your students, for example, or if you communicate via WhatsApp or Microsoft Teams or any of that kind of stuff, you could do all of that stuff on that monitor. Pretty amazing.
Awesome.
Okay, Leticia, I'm turning it over to you. And I know we got so many other tech items here in the cart. I'm just going to highlight, I'm going to give them a quick rundown. So if you're a teacher and you've got, another couple items that we have in the carousel, check these out, by the way. If you're a teacher and, we talked about being prepared. So some of that tech that we like to recommend, portable battery. Get yourself a portable battery so that you can always have your phone charged. You never know if you're going to need it to call a parent, to call a parent. For example, if you need an emergency, keep your phone charged. Maybe you don't have an outlet near you. Keep a portable battery with you. So we got that in the carousel. In addition to that, we also have, let me find a couple other things. We have a Apple iPad Pro. So if you're a teacher that wants a really good tablet, check out the new Apple iPad Pro in 11 and 12.9 inch. And then lastly, in the carousel, I also want to make sure I highlight this before we get to the last item. If you're a teacher and you're going to be on a whole bunch of video calls, for example, or, maybe, I don't know if teachers are doing podcasts, for example, but if you're doing that sort of thing, two big upgrades for you as a teacher. One of those would be to upgrade your microphone. Don't use the laptop microphone. Get yourself a Samsung Q2U that's in the cart, in the carousel. Sorry, by the way. It's a $60 to $70 microphone. Great mic, great sound. And then if you also want to upgrade your webcam, don't use the built-in webcam in that tablet or that laptop, get a Logitech C920. Very good one. That's actually, I think, what you're using, Leticia, I think, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So she's using the C920, big upgrade over the built-in cameras on
Way
those
different.
laptops. Okay. Leticia, what's the last item we're going to talk about tonight?
Yes, for those of you teachers who are going to be doing in person and also maybe a little bit of remote, definitely want a wireless lapel microphone for your computer.
So why do I need this? What does it do? What's it going to do?
Well, this actually connects to your computer, or your laptop, and allows you to move around. Like maybe you're going to be, putting a math formula on the dry erase board, the chalkboard, and you don't want to have to be designated to carry your laptop everywhere you go. Having something like this that is practically wireless, right, will allow you to move around more.
Fantastic. Yeah. Let me actually bring this up, by the
Oh
way.
yeah.
And again, how much is this, Leticia?
Well, this particular item is $47.39. It's actually on sale.
Nice. Very nice. Yeah. It's $47.39. It's normally $70. Yeah. And so you basically, the way it works is you plug, and the cool thing is, by the way, you can plug this into a computer. You can also plug it into a phone.
Wow.
Not for iPhone, by the way, just a heads up, so maybe use this on your computer. However, you plug it in, and then basically that receiver there plugs into the laptop, and then you have the microphone on you. And then that way, like, you have enough ability to move around. For example, you're not going to be somewhat like confined. So yeah. And then if you go back, actually, there's a couple of other clips there. Like there's like some volume control. There's a charging indicator. Yeah. So here we go. We actually have different types of microphones as well with this. So that's also important. You don't just get one microphone, because different microphones work for different projects.
Right.
So you get a mini mic. You also get a lapel mic. So a lapel mic is going to go right underneath your chin, for example. And then there's also a handheld where you can actually just speak into this and hold it up if you need to. But really good little product here. And this is, as Leticia mentioned, $47. So we're going to give a little confetti for tonight. A little confetti for the Amazon Live wireless lapel mic for you as a teacher. Very cool. Yeah. This is awesome.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And again, once again, big shout out to the teachers. You guys are going to have an amazing year. And I wish you guys all the best. I really do. Yes.
Do you have any last tips for teachers?
Definitely, have some self-care time, whatever that is. If you're going to do a once a month spa treatment, or make sure you're exercising, make sure that you're staying hydrated. I mean, all these things do help, but more importantly, make sure you take care of you first. That's always the most important thing, because you don't know, these kids are going to come back with so much excitement, also with so much emotions, because their whole entire household has changed and adjusted. So, and they miss you as well. So I think definitely some of you guys are going to be coming back to students who are going to be a little bit bigger or a little bit taller. And so y'all going to be so excited about how much they've grown. But I'm really excited to get my children back in school. I really am.
Yeah, definitely. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in to to Business Essentials. I run a lot of shows. So thanks for tuning in for Business Essentials and Conversation, where tonight we talked about back to school teacher edition. And that's because school's starting back very, very, very soon. And a lot of it's going to be in person. So as a teacher, make sure that you are prepared, that you have all the items necessary to help you perform even better in the classroom. We already know you're an awesome teacher.
Yes,
we want to help you relax. We want to help you be able to get things done, things that, maybe you struggled with before because they took a lot of time, some ways to help you work smarter, not harder as a teacher. But with that, we will see you all, I think, next, what day is that, Leticia?
Well, it's going to be next Wednesday, August 4th. And the topic,
August 4th, yes.
Yes. And the topic for next Wednesday is going to be awesome sauce. So you guys definitely want to tune in and join us next week.
Fantastic. So we will see you all next Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thanks a lot, everyone. Thanks for watching Business Essentials and Conversation. Bye.
Bye.